Hello, students. So, we shall continue with the same chapter, intelligence. And in the last class, we saw about the APA classification which comes under the classifications of mental retardation under American Psychological Association, that is APA. So, we had five classification, that is borderline, mild, moderate, severe, and profound. Okay, so today we shall be dealing with the new topic, test of intelligence. Okay, so we shall start with that. Okay, origin of intelligence testing can be tracked back to 1905 when Alfred Binet along with Simon devised the first test of intelligence. Binet was requested by the French government to screen children who were not making progress in normal classroom training. Intelligence tests can be classified into following ways. So, intelligence test. Okay, the test of intelligence trace goes back to 1905, where Binet and Simon developed the first intelligence test. Okay, so yes, it can be classified. So individual test and group test. Okay, individual tests are given to a single person at a given time. Example, C.M. Bhatia's battery of intelligence test, Wechsler's adult intelligence scale. Individual tests consume more time and they need as many supervisors as there are number of persons taking the test. So individual test is for a single person. You can conduct that experiment on a individual at a time. Okay, you cannot give it to many people, and yes, so it can be conducted on individual person. Okay, a single person at a given time. So at a time you can conduct it on a single person. For example, you have Bhatia's battery and Wechsler's intelligence test, and it consumes more time. Individual test consumes more time, and it needs many supervisors. Many experimenters to watch on the individuals taking test, because it is conducted on individuals. Many people will be there, many people or many persons will be there who are taking test. So yes, they need many supervisors and it is time consuming. Okay, the second one is group test. Group tests are conducted to several persons simultaneously. Group tests are usually in multiple choice format. Example, Raven's progressive matrices, Army Alpha, Army Beta. Group tests are easier to administer, saves time and energy. So, group test conducted to several persons simultaneously. Group test can be conducted to many people at a time. Okay, and it will be like a multiple choice question. So examples, they have given Raven's progressive matrices, Army Alpha. So these are all, don't have to worry. Okay, you don't have to worry what is this, like it sounds very different and we don't know what is all these things. Okay, so these are all nothing but it is test. Okay, so for example, I'll give you an example. Okay, so when you're walking on a street, when you're going towards somewhere, or when you're walking on a street, you might see some people will be giving you a form or a questionnaire. Okay, so questionnaire, maybe we will say it as a questionnaire. So they will ask you to fill it. Okay, so it will be about your daily routines, your food intake. So it's just common questions like, how many times do you take food, how many times do you eat in a day, how many times do you go for shopping in a week. So it's just like that. Okay, so these are all tests which is conducted on you to get a result on your intelligence. Okay, so you don't have to worry so much. And since the group test is conducted on several people at a time, it saves time and energy. It is easy to administer because you don't have to keep repeating all the instructions again and again for every individual. Okay, so then verbal, non-verbal and performance test. Okay, so you have seen two tests, that is individual test, group test. Individual test is conducted on a single person, and group test is conducted on many people, several people at a time. So individual is time consuming, and it is a bit difficult to administer, whereas group test, it saves time and energy. Okay, so then there are other three types of intelligence: verbal, non-verbal, and performance test of intelligence. So verbal tests are conducted on literates, as it contains questions in specific language which has to be answered verbally or in writing. Example: Stanford Binet test, Otis general mental ability test. So verbal test is conducted on literates, those who are educated, those who can read and write. Okay, so it contains questions in a specific language, maybe it is in English or in Kannada or in Hindi. Okay, so since the individuals or the persons have to answer it verbally by writing, okay, they have to write, they have to fill it, so it is conducted on literates, that is educated person, those who know to read and write. Okay, so example is Stanford Binet test, and Otis general mental ability test. So the second one is non-verbal test, consists of pictures, illustrations, geometrical patterns as their test items. They can be administered to illiterates easily, as they do not require reading or writing skills. They are widely used to measure intelligence irrespective of culture and race. Example: Raven's progressive matrices, Goddard's form board for children, and so on. So non-verbal test is where it can be conducted on illiterates also. Illiterates is where people who are not educated, people who don't know to read and write. Okay, so here non-verbal test consists of pictures, illustrations, geometrical patterns as their test items. So yes, so when you show an image, of an apple or a tree or a cow or a buffalo, even the illiterates can recognize that picture. Okay, even they can see the picture and they can tell that this is lady, this is a man, this is buffalo, this is tiger, this is lion. Okay, so yes, non-verbal test uses pictures, images, and pattern, geometrical pattern. So for example, when you show an illiterate person a circle, okay, if you draw a circle, they will recognize that it is a circle. Okay, so yes, it can be conducted on illiterate people. Non-verbal test can be conducted on illiterate people. Okay, so the third one is performance test, requires the subject to act or perform or manipulate certain objects or materials to solve a problem, to do a task. Example: battery of performance test. Performance is where you need to perform, like not dance or singing, you need to do some activity. Okay, so you need to do some activity, you need to do some experiment to show that you are very intelligent, or you have a good result in that particular experiment. So example: battery of performance test. So here you can see a table. Okay, so these are the different kinds of test: verbal test and performance test. So just don't have to focus a lot, we just can go through it. Okay, so what are the uses of intelligence test? This is also very important. So intelligence tests are often used for school children to decide on their IQ level and screen them off for any intellectual development problem. So intelligence tests are used for the school children to decide on their IQ level, to decide whether they are average or superior or low in their academics. Okay, so intelligence tests are used for vocational guidance and for the career orientation. Okay, so yeah, for the occasional, for thinking about your future plans. Okay, for your job settlements or for your studies, career studies. It is very important. And it is used for general appraisal of intelligence and to identify any sudden decline in IQ. So intelligence tests are conducted to check whether your intelligence, your IQ level is at the same point, or it has decreased, or it has come down. Okay. Most importantly, it is used in diagnosis of level of mental retardation. So we have talked about mental retardation, and we saw the bell shaped curve. I think you all remember the bell shaped curve. Okay. So, and we saw below 70 how people fall under mental retardation. To find out all that, intelligence test is important. Okay. So intelligence tests are given in army for recruitment of personnel. Okay. Example, army alpha test, army beta test. Okay. So intelligence tests are used in military, in army, to select persons for the army. Okay. So there they use army alpha and army beta test to check their intelligence to the field of army. Okay. Okay. Sixth one, it is used in neuropsychological field to assess the brain damage. Okay. Intelligence tests are used even at medical field to know about the brain damage, neuropsychological. Okay. So neuropsychological, it is related to brain. Okay. So to check whether there is a damage in brain, intelligence test is used. It is also used in institutions and financial organization for recruitment purpose. So when a person needs to be promoted, they use intelligence test to promote them, recruit them. Okay. So intelligence tests are often used to guide rehabilitation programs and to decide on the type of therapy in clinical setting. Okay. So in rehabilitation they use, so intelligence tests are used in many different fields to check out their intelligence level, IQ level, and to promote them or to understand them. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So the next topic is emotional intelligence, and then we have artificial intelligence. Okay. So you just have to go through this. So wait a minute. Okay. So I have told you that these are the remaining things in this chapter. Emotional intelligence is described as the ability, capacity, and manage the emotions of oneself and the others. Okay. So emotional intelligence is where you are able to understand your own ability, capacity, and manage your emotions and others. Okay. When you are able to understand, manage the ability or the character or the behavior of others, that is called as emotional intelligence. Key characters of emotional quotient are self-awareness, mood management, self-motivation, empathy, and managing relationships. So when you are able to understand one another, when you are able to understand your feelings, your emotions, and others' feelings and emotions, so there is a kind of self-awareness, mood management, you are able to manage yourself. Okay. And self motivation, when you are down, when you are feel that you are low, you self motivate yourself. Then empathy, then manage relationships. Okay. So the next one is artificial intelligence, is a combination of expertise from cognitive psychology and computer science, which focus on the development of computer based programs that are able to perform complex tasks like humans. So artificial intelligence is that name itself shows that it is artificial, it is not original. Okay. So original brains or original IQ is humans. Okay. And artificial is computers, technology. Okay. So here cognitive psychology and computer science, these two fields have come together to develop a computer based programs that are able to perform complex tasks like humans. So humans know to deal with any situation, with any problem, all by their own or with some support. So here cognitive psychology and computer science have come together to develop a computer based program. Okay, artificial intelligence, that is computer based program to perform complex tasks. Okay, so yeah, we are done with the chapter, so we should stop here.